This is making me. Oh God! No, it's not. No! Oh my God! Oh my God! Not this. No. Pull the brake. Oh! Oh!
Did he break his neck?
Look at this. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh God! He's dead. He is dead. He is dead.
Bringing out all
Nappy
the
has
arsenal.
killed Creighton.
So this is April 2007. This is an event called Fallout. This was like our big, like, we used to call them free previews instead of pay-per-views, but it was like the super card we were building up to. We actually built to this for a year, and the idea was I was the AWF champion, and we kept me undefeated for a year, and then Nappy here was the top challenger, and we kept him undefeated for a year, so that way when we get to this match, it's like this clash of the titans, and it's these two people who have been undefeated for a year going at it, and one of us is going to lose. So we wanted it to have like this big match feel, and so we spent a year building this match up. But this is it. This is my very last match ever. I started backyard wrestling in 1999, 2000, and then this is 2007. So I had a 7-year run. I had a 7-year backyard wrestling career, and this is the end of the road for me. Basically, like, there was a lot of behind the scenes politics and logistics that I was just kind of fed up with. Plans going into this show changed a dozen times because people would quit or no show, or even just like the fact that we all were working at this point, and so getting time off to do these shows was getting harder and harder, and I was just kind of over it, and I was ready to move on, and I was about to finish college, and then I was going to go to wrestling school, and I wanted to see if I had what it takes to go pro. Spoilers, I didn't. But I was just kind of over it, and I was done, and I was ready to move on. So this is it. This is the match where I hang up the boots. This is the end of the road for me. As far as final opponents go, I mean, Nappy's as good as any. Like, I may have issues with him in real life, but when he wasn't dropping people on their heads, he was a damn good wrestler. I'll give him that. One thing that always bugs me about this match, I was so over the BS behind the scenes, because we even had somebody like no show this show and fuck up our plans, and we had to like scramble last minute. If you look at my shin pads, I don't have my shin pads on all the way. Like, the part that goes over the shoe is still rolled up. I didn't bother to pull that down, and I didn't notice that until watching this back afterwards. I was like, son of a bitch, I fucked up my shin pads. But whatever. I even had Xavier Lascano there, who's the referee. I even had him do like the big match intro where he's like, to my left, weighing in at such and such pounds. We did that big like Michael Buffer intro because we knew this is it. This is the match we've built to for a year. Most of the times we're calling it on the fly. We're calling it in the ring. We'll usually plan out like the opening. We'll plan out the ending. We'll plan out maybe a couple hope spots in the middle, but that's about it. But with this match, me and Nappy, we really wanted it to be good considering how long we had been building it up. And so we actually took the time and we DDP'd this match. We scripted this match almost move for move. We still left a lot of room in there to improvise and do stuff on the fly, but we did heavily script this because we wanted it to be good, and it's like that was my one thing, is I wanted this match to be good. So right here, chop to the throat, I'm the big babyface champion, so I needed to get some shine in the beginning, and that chop to the throat was like the cheap shot that would end the shine and take us into the heat, where Nappy would start beating me down and getting some heat on me. We were learning about we'd learned about psychology, and we really wanted to implement that, and we really wanted to tell the best story we could. The idea was, hey, let's have a match where if someone in the industry, if a fucking indie wrestler was like, hey, let me see what you've done, this is the match we can show them and not be embarrassed. Like, we wanted to like have a clinic and have a match that could hold up. I think we did. There's a couple spots in here where I kind of like, oh, I could have done that better, but I think we did. Going into this match, I didn't know it was going to be my last match going into it, because the idea was we were going to keep doing shows after this. But with all the BS going on behind the scenes, after we pulled off this show, me and Xavier Lascano had a talk, and we were just like, that show was damn good, despite, all the hoops we had to jump through and all the hurdles we had to overcome to make it happen. I don't know if we can top it. I don't know if we can put out a show that caliber again, especially with all the issues we're facing with our talent. So maybe that's it. Maybe we just call it a career and we end it here. And that's exactly what we did. And I was totally content with this being my last match. I was like, well, could I have a better match than this? Maybe. But I'm totally content with this being the button on the end of my career. Out of everything I've done, I'm totally fine with this being the end. So this is the last time I would lock up, and then bam, Irish whip into the tree. That's the thing. When we don't have ropes, like, there's only so much we can do. So does it make sense that he would Irish whip me and I would run 20 feet and jump into a tree? No, but when you think about it, an Irish whip doesn't make sense in general. Oh shit, this spot right here, missed the fucking tree and went down this little hill thing here. You can see me reaching for the tree as I see it pass us, but that was obviously not supposed to happen. I was supposed to just go into that tree, but that was crazy because we don't know what's down there. There's rocks and sticks and thorns. So when he missed the tree and we fell, we just kind of had to go with it and tuck your chin, hope for the best, hope you don't land on something sharp. But that's one of the craziest moments of the match right there, where we just fucking go down into the abyss like that. You literally watch us disappear on camera. That's such a good shot. And then right here, I would let Nappy get a lot of heat on me, because the idea was, we're putting the belt on him. Spoilers, I fucking lose my last match, but we're putting the belt on him, and so we really wanted to have him get a ton of heat so that way he has all this momentum to go on to whatever we would do. Bam! Giant dude with a big-ass moonsault. That's always impressive. That was always impressive when he would do that. But the idea was we give him some momentum. We had so many plans we were going to do after this, and it just never came to fruition. But the idea was to push him as like this big monster heel champion for the time being. And that's the thing, is like, we're not in a 16 by 16 ring or a 20 by 20 ring. We're in a fucking park. So you got to walk like 30 feet just to get to the next thing you want to do. So right there, he hit a sidewalk slam on top of everybody's stuff. So that's like all of our backpacks and clothes and everything we brought to the fucking park here. And then, we don't have ropes. So if you want to do a high flying spot, this bench is kind of the only way to do it. So here he's going to go for a superplex. I'm going to fight out of it and shove him off. And then watch this. Bada bing, bada boom. Bam. AJ Styles is one of my favorite wrestlers. I've been a fan of him since 2002. He used to do a move called the spiral tap, and I was like, God damn it, I want to see if I can do this fucking move. I want to see if I can do a spiral tap. I came close. That's the best I could do. I wish Nappy would have made more of an effort to roll out of the way, but whatever. And then right here, big reverse flying leg drop, and I'm pretty sure he landed with most of his weight on my head. If I remember correctly, that was not a soft landing. He got me good. And then we're working through our match here. And like I said, we had this all scripted, so we knew where we were going. We knew where the hope spots were. There was parts in there to get heat and to improvise. But right here, what is he gonna do? Oh, he's picking me up here. I think I reverse this, and I go into like my first hope spot. Oh no! Yeah, well, I don't. I totally don't remember what we're doing here. Oh yeah, bam, nappy. I think we fucked that up. I think that's what happened. I think he lifted me up for that weird flippy reverse crucifix razor's edge thing, and couldn't get me up, and so we had to like improvise to get to the next spot. Right here, I'm gonna go into my hope spot, where I'm gonna go for my finish, reverse it. I'm gonna backflip out of it, Irish. Arm drag, and then bam, he's gonna clothesline me and cut me off. The idea was I had this move where it was like a flipping rocker dropper neck breaker that I called the lethal injection. I did it once in RCW and it looked beautiful, and then it never looked good after that. Like every time I would do it to somebody, it never looked as good. He was the only one who could take that move and make it look devastating. And so I took it off the menu. I retired the move. But since I was wrestling him and it was this big match feel, I was like, let me bring this back. Let me bring this move back. I really like this move, and you're the only one who can take it. So the idea for the hope spot was I'm going to keep going for this move. He's going to keep cutting me off, and then eventually I'll hit it, and that'll start me making my comeback at the end of the heat here. And so right here, he's got me in the sleeper holder doing the whole arm drag thing, where you raise the arm, does it drop? Raise the arm, does it drop? And then I'm going to fight my way out of this. I'll be honest, short-haired Craven doesn't really do it for me. I miss the long hair, but I had a job at the time, and I had to cut my hair for the job, so whatever. We never did anything on camera. I just showed up one day with short hair. Like, it would have been nice to do, like, a hair versus hair match or something, and at least, you know, get our money's worth out of it. But we were also trying to keep me undefeated, so that wouldn't have worked either way. But, yeah, there was never a storyline reason for me cutting my hair. And it's just, I don't know, I think I look weird with short hair because I'm so used to long-haired Craven. And then right here, he's going to do the gory special. So he's going to get me upside down and spin me around here. And then coming up here, the end of this, this is totally improv on the fly. Wham! I don't think he knew how to get me out of that gory special or what he was going to do after it, so he just did that little flippy thing. And I didn't have to do much selling. Like, it felt like going on a fucking roller coaster because he just whipped me all the way around like that. And I just sold it like I was dead. Because, again, we're trying to make him. We're trying to make him, you know, this top heel champion, and so I need to give him all this fucking momentum. And I never had a problem losing. I never had a problem putting things over. I think at one point Nappy actually like added up like everybody's win-loss records and put all these stats together, and he found out that like not only had I wrestled more matches than anybody, but I had lost more matches than anybody. So, you know, that just goes to show like how I didn't have a fucking ego, and all I cared about was telling a good story and what was best for business here. But I'm going to be selling like I'm fucking dead because I'm trying to get this guy over and, you know, really push him as a credible champion. Bam, DDT. I'm going to sell the shit out of that. 1, 2. Referee couldn't even be bothered to go down for that count, but whatever. And then I think right here is when I start my next hope spot. Bam, yeah, big right hand. And then I'm going to go for the flippy dippy rocker dropper neck breaker. Nope, he's going to reverse it, go for the FU. I'm going to reverse it, give him a Northern Light suplex, baby. There it is. See, when I watch my earlier matches, like, and even, I'll be honest, even some of my later matches, like, my offense was always, like, the most lackluster thing. It was very hard for me to have, like, a believable offense, because I'm not, like, an athlete. But I had some stuff in my arsenal where I'm like, hey, you know what, that was actually pretty good. Like, my Northern Lights was pretty good. You know, my Northern Lights suplex was pretty good. My little flipping trip to oblivion face buster thing, that was pretty good. You know, obviously my spine splitter was pretty good. You know, that's probably one thing looking back is like I should have worked on having better offense. You know, but oh well, what's done is done. And then I don't think I knew what he was doing here. I thought he was gonna pile drive me, but then he got me up here and did like a little backbreaker there. You know, I think he's starting to get a little gassed. I think I'm starting to get a little gassed. He's dragging me back over to the fucking bench here because that's the only way we can do high flying moves. And then, bam, Samoan release. He's gonna drag me into position. I think this is where the tide is finally gonna turn. So he's coming up here, and moonsault. I move out of the way. He's stunned. Flipping rocker dropper neck breaker. Yeah, look at me. Finally got that shit in. And here's what I mean about, like, I should have worked on my offense. Like, this is cool, my little trip to oblivion spinning face buster thing. That's great. But then I'm just like, do every move I can think of. So, like, I was trying to go for a Canadian destroyer, but we fucked it up. Our timing was off. Like, we did it perfect in practice a bunch of times, but of course, in my last match, our fucking timing would get off and we'd botch it. And now I'm going to go for a code red. Oh, Canadian destroyer, code red. Wow, I'm just hitting every fucking big move I can think of. And then right here, vertebreaker drops me on my fucking head. You know, I'm totally fucked up at this point. Like, I've had a history of neck injuries. We wanted to bring the vertebreaker back because that used to be his finisher, and he stopped doing it because it was dangerous. But we figured because of the story we were telling, let's bring it back. And then, bam, Afro driver. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Nappy is the new AWF World Heavyweight Champion, and I am done. That is the end of my career. If you're gonna go out on your back looking at the lights, you know, and that's exactly what I did. So that's it. That's 7 years of backyard wrestling. That's 7 years of world championships and broken necks and jumping off the roof and lighting people on fire and getting split open from ear to ear. That's 7 years of blood, sweat, and tears right there comes to an end. And Nappy's going to leave as the AWF World Heavyweight Champion. But that was it. My last match ever.
Your AWF World Heavyweight Champion is Nappy.